Timer.
Niin.
Before the lighter runs out.
Niin. Eli joku valonlaitto. Tuolla on joku, joka näytti vähän soihdulta. Nyt se oli ehkä vessaharja. Tuolla.
Täällä lähtee siitä. Luulen, että saa kyllä noin rappuset ylös.
Pääse sinne vielä. Pystyykö se jotenkin kumartumaan? Niin ihan selkeästi sanottiin soosopua.
Mm-hmm.
Onko se nurkka? Tuolla!
Joo, mä näin sen. Näin sen kyllä. Torch. Ärellä pyörittää. Enable hotspots.
Eli sä et näe hotspotteja ennen kuin sä näet hotspotteja.
Eli korit olisi voinut löytää tästä sitten.
I was expecting some frozen bodies. It won't budge.
It will.
Saat sä sen muuten? Todistetaan nyt.
Enää nyt painaa, kun siellä on niitä 2 muuta aata, mitkä piti löytää ensin. Mä käysin sitten samaa asiaa. Tosi väriseltä. Pädi. Olisikohan tää kohtaus loppuun, sit voit... Ah niin, pystyy. Boxingissa ei paljon mitään.
There's one on each table, except this one. Does O'Leary have a network of pals?
Ei voi kääntää ylöspäin eikä alaspäin. Ei voi.
Wow. I didn't realize you could place so many bets on a single baseball game. Sometimes I forget that criminals, even the office variety, have family and kids.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, maybe things aren't so bad on the dark side. 16 days until the fight. It looks like a summary of all the bets that come in. Day, amount, bet, wagerer. Wait a minute. Did O'Leary himself bet $5 grand on Yale? A little thingamajig that adds on its own. What'll they think of next?
Eli vähän ohjeet, mikä toi thingamajig on.
Laskukkone.
Ahaa.
Se on vaan tosta viimeisestä kokosta. Vasemmalla.
Niin, se on siinä, missä on kirjafilmi, niin siitä vielä vasemmalla ei ole.
On vielä toisen sama. Aquarium.
Mikäks tauluja?
Tää liike on näin töksyvää, että se minä näin.
Could that be Ireland?
Kanske. Siellä oli tonne kirja. Runokirja.
Limited edition copy 2 of 3. We listen, if you call it listening, to the sentimental romance.
Aika vähän.
Your eyes act like the moon.
Painossa tehty.
If they're not together anymore, why does O'Leary keep so many pictures of romantic moments with Helen Moore?
Oliko siellä takana jotain pöytälaata? Olisiko se ollut toi pöytälaata, pöytäaavaa?
Tässä valokeilassa näkyy, se on taulu, ei tää on toinen taulu. Valokeilassa näkyy kohta joku tyyppi siinä, kukas sä oot.
Toi A. Ja onko se?
Aivan, ei tuntettu uudestaan. Tää on portti.
The painting concealed file after file of celebrity reports with all sorts of shady information, ranging from S to Z. Almost all of them were athletes. Is that what O'Leary meant when he said that detectives and police officers were his friends? I wonder how many spy for him. If I were to pitch in, who would I spy on?
Ei mitään hajua.
Ota joku noista.
Joku
Ota
on.
vaikka ovi jäi.
In Bobby Yale's folder, all I found was a log of his incredible stats as an aspiring champion. 20 victories, 16 by knockout. Although, at the end of the report, someone had underlined one word several times. Untouchable.
Käydään nämä kaikki.
According to Stone's report, he was so clean, not to mention hard to corrupt, that O'Leary opted for a more subtle strategy. Apparently, when he broke up with the tennis player Helen Moore, he set her up with Stone. Lucky for him, they hit it off. As I put away the report, I stopped in my tracks. Did I really want to risk knowing what O'Leary had on my good friend, the incorruptible police commissioner?
Nope.
I sighed in relief. O'Leary had tried to buy Smirnoff on several occasions, but failed. Luckily, O'Leary had nothing on him, or me.
Se oli vielä yksi.
Thorpe had been a rising football star before the war, which he came back from with honors and decorations. After the truce, he resumed his career. He won 3 season trophies and a couple of MVP awards. He retired after an accident that left him paralyzed from the waist down. He started his own sports advertising agency 4 years ago, but according to the files, O'Leary hadn't even tried to corrupt him.
Suoraan kiinni niin kuin arvoin. Tässä jossain oli.
Niin oli. Noniin, siinä.
Soile.
No se oli S-Z:ään, että tää on niinku A:sta R.
Strange as it may seem, the reports revealed that O'Leary had hired Jake as a bodyguard precisely because he was absolutely clean. Apparently, he liked to surround himself with honest people when he mingled with the high society. Helen Moore's file was, by far, one of the juiciest. She had been just a run-of-the-mill tennis player until O'Leary launched her career by rigging enough games to help her climb the ranking. However, O'Leary hadn't fixed any of her games in over a year. In spite of that, she remained undefeated. Be as it may, it was clear that O'Leary had enough information to ruin her career.
Tässä esiin, että semmoinen oli olemassa.
I'd say that's Ireland too.
Se on varmaan niitä oikeita tauluja.
Siellä oli kassakaappi.
Se ei kyllä ollut. Tai siis tästä ainakaan pääse sinne. Eikä lisää.
Akvaariossa oli.
Kissakala. Aamen. Lisää.
Luckily or not, files in through R included no one that I could somehow connect to the case.
Thank you.
Ireland, of course. This guy's obsessed. Dunn's integrity was legendary. even in O'Leary's shady reports, just like Yale had said. Dunn had kicked one of O'Leary's men out of the gym when he found him snooping around.
Aika pientä. Mutta ehkä tässä ei voida käydä Kellariin.
The report on Yale's father was the shortest of all, since only his name was left. Why? Cassidy's report was possibly the longest among all of O'Leary's files. Apparently, their rivalry went way back. So much so that they spied on each other in the most unthinkable ways. At least I was able to confirm what Yale had told me. Cassidy had threatened Dunn after he refused to join the managers' union. I hope I never become the object of O'Leary's obsession.
En mä tiedä, miksikä se kotimaasta olisi taulu.
Se on muuten yksi päätelmä tehtävänä.
A Crossler? The good news is, I don't need lockpicks to open it. The bad news, I didn't bring explosives.
Padamtsch.
Even Dunn had a gun in his office. O'Leary couldn't possibly be the exception. Dunn had $200 in his safe. O'Leary had about $20,000 in a drawer.
Otaks nyt Great Sales Tour? Tuosta vaikka tollanen. Ei.
Voisi olla se, eikö täällä jossain ollut se Moral oli paljon? Niin toi se. Ja sit toi O'Leary has enough information to run. Että voisiko se...
I'd say O'Leary has threatened Stone with ruining Moore's career.
Siitä löytyy jotain vai?
Aha. Eiku ei done.
Mäkin, mutta niin sitten.
Tää käy tuo tjuju. Tää välittää joka kerta. Onko tuohon tuli tää uutta? Ei. Nyt mennään pois samaa reittiä kuin tultiin. Or not.
Se meni kiinni se on.
Niin se veti sen kiinni kyllä.
Se oli joku lähti.
Niin mä lähtin. Kyllä.
The odds are incredibly in Stone's favor. I guess that he's the reigning champion, and Bobby Yale is just a contender, but maybe word got out about his condition.
No jaa.
Nyt en tiedä. Sä oot noin niinku tyynyt kaikki pisteet käynyt läpi. Ellei niissä oo sit jotain laatikot kanssa.
Ei se ainakaan anna...
Se on ainakin tällä puolella noin. Jos otat tällä puolella selkeästi ja sit näytät niitä työpisteitä.
Jake. Someone was coming.
Are we or are we not exemplary workers, Jimmy? Here it is, middle of the night. And we're working extra hours. Hey, Jimmy, what do you think about that?
I think he's scared stiff, Desmond.
Who's Jimmy?
Why's that, Jimmy? We're giving you the red carpet treatment. We even let you in the boss's office.
You're one lucky fellow.
You can't say I don't treat you well, Jimmy.
Näinhän se on joku.
Yeah,
Speak, you moron.
yeah, very well. Why are you...
Shh. Calm down. How long have you worked for me, Jimmy?
3 months. 3 months.
Oh, yeah. I hired you right after your cousin Martin died. I need your opinion. How would you punish someone for ruining an innocent man's life with a hit and run, Jimmy?
I don't know.
And tell me, what about you, Wilson? What would you do?
No, please. I didn't do anything. I swear.
He was a good guy. Of course, you already knew that. You knew him better than me, right?
He was my cousin.
That's why I hired you, Jimmy. You see, Martin was a dear friend. And his widow said you were a nice kid. That you do a good job and you needed the money. And I have a soft spot for those in need.
Please.
But, you know what? I talked to her just yesterday. She told us you did some naughty things to her with that gun, Jimmy.
No.
That's no way to treat a widow, is it?
She's lying. Why would I do that?
What about the kid? Are you so sure you know how long a kid can hold his breath? With his little head inside a toilet bowl?
Son of a bitch.
I didn't want to. It was his idea.
Selfishly, I was glad I hadn't risked my life to save Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not even someone like him deserves to die. But one could also argue that I didn't deserve to die for someone like him.
Who's your boss? Give me a name!
Cassidy. It was his idea. He said you'd hired me if I'd managed to scare the widow, and I just...
All right. Let's just calm down now. It's gonna be okay.
No, it won't.
There are two sacred principles that rule my life. The first principle is the love for my family. I do anything to protect them. The second principle, I never put my future in the hands of fate. I always play it nice and safe.
Ehkä se olisikin molemmat laatikot.
And I would even add a third principle.
Eli niin samassa kuin...
Or, better yet, a rule. If anything threatens either of these two crucial principles, I take matters into my own hands. You see where this is going? For the first time, I got someone killed. Even though all I really did was rat him out.
No, I just...
Stop interrupting me, Jimmy! It's not polite! You're all the same. So rude. You know what? Let's leave it at that. You're going to give a message to that disgusting walrus Cassidy, aren't you?
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say. Yeah, sure.
Good boy.
What's the message?
Oh, Jimmy. You still don't get it, do you? You are the message. Come on,
Aika vähän lähes verta.
wrap him up. Make sure Cassidy gets the message for breakfast, will you? I hope he chokes on it.
Got it.
Where are you hiding, little fishy? Once again, you didn't get to hear the end of my story.
Täytyy painoa.
Haluan, että se pääsee pois tuolta ennätistä. Hän menee ravintolaan kanssa. Hyvinpä piiloutu hyppäsi tuohon. Varmaan ollut oikea vaihtoehto. Silleen on vähän hassu, että ne antaa vaihtoehdon siellä silleen, jos se on niinku silleen. No, ovikello vai hyökkäys? Haluat, että ovikello on oikea.
No, voit ottaa ovikelloa.
No, eikä sano.
Mä sanoin, että voit ottaa ovikellon.
Niin, mutta sä ehdit hyökkäystä. Mä voisin näyttää sulle, että se ei ole oikea vaihtoehto tässä.
Tässä ovikello.
Ei se ole kuoppi minuutti, mutta eikä ihan sitäkään. Ring my bell, ring my bell.
What? Just where do you think you're going, Puttycat?
Puttycat.
Two sacred principles rule my life.
Nyt oli
The
niin
love
Love
nopea.
I feel for... What is going on today?
Noin saa, kun ei vastaa.
Mä en tiedä, oliko se bugi vai
Two sacred principles rule my life.
The
The
love
love I
you feel
feel
for your
for...
family.
What is going on today?
Paina äsken tuohon vaihtoehtoon.
Ai sä ehdit painaa yytä.
Ei.
Mä katsoin, että se
Sehän
on
puhuu siitä.
Two sacred principles rule my life.
B.
The love I feel for... What is going on today?
Ei ollut mani.
Eikö se Irkku on?
Mä en ehtinyt edes lukea noita.
Two
sulle
sacred
kerralla.
principles rule my life.
Tai sit se on lähdin.
The
The
love you
love I
feel for
feel for...
Ireland.
What is going on today?
No, se. Mut tuli niin nopeasti, ei tosta niinku
Niin tuli.
ehtinyt.
Two sacred principles rule my life. The first is... the love I feel for my family.
Seen this.
The second, never leave destiny in the hands of fate. I always play it nice and safe. And I'd even add a third principle, or better yet, a rule. If anything threatens either of these two principles, I take matters into my own hands. The first time that someone died because of me, even though all I did was rat him out, well, that guy ended up in the Hudson River, right off Pier 27. He's got to be even wetter than that fish by now. You should have seen his face.
It's interesting what comes to mind when you think you're about to die. Suddenly, all I could think about was how much I wanted a pet fish.
You too, Bruce? Anyway, I was 14 years old, and I still dream about it. But his widow and his son.
By then, I was adamant about buying a fish. But first,
That was that. Never again.
Nowadays, whether it's me who pulls the trigger or not, I have zero regrets. What's more, I sort of enjoy it.
Lampussa oli mun mielestä.
Kyllä siinä.
his pupils are dilated, and there's a slight grin on his face. The bastard is enjoying himself.
Narsk, narsk.
Narski kuuluu. Miltä ruoka maittaa, ei kun siis.
In case anyone had any doubts about who's the boss around here, I'll put my dirty feet on his luxurious table to prove that all of this is mine. When a mob boss declares his love of family, it can only mean that A, he won't hesitate to ruin yours, and B, he's cheating on his wife. The guy never hesitates to pull the trigger. Even if I hadn't seen what he did to Jimmy, I'd know he's not bluffing. I knew I had it in me to get out of that place alive.
Se on 9. Ehkä se on käyttänyt 8.
On aika.
Oho, 4.
Only bet se ja sit always play it safe.
Siis mikä?
Mä pistäisin ton.
Mä en usko kyllä. Vai sitten?
Se oli noin 3. Toi. Onko se sit toi set on table? Mä valitsin sen.
Mä otin sen äsken.
Onko se sit se?
Tämä.
Kokeile ne 3 muuta siihen.
Tähän. Näin voi liittyä toisiinsa.
No, se on noin 3, sen tietää, mutta mikä se on se? Onko se sit toi Claims to
Se
Love?
on, niin se on. Ei.
Onko se sit toi?
Mä en tiedä miten se miksi se
En mä tiedä, mutta tossa ei oo kauheasti vaihtoehtoja.
Mutta tässä on 4 löydettävissä.
Niin, jotka näistä, nämä 3 on ne 3 ja sit joku noista on se 4.
Niin. Mä ajattelin tässä 4 tämmöstä Tarinaa miten löytää.
Ei kun yhdessä tarinassa on eri kahdesta useampaan juttuja. Eikö me olla melkein kaikki muut?
Mä ajattelin toi ei kylläkään.
Tai Jesus don't match the footprints, niin sitä ei mun mielestä sitä ei kokeiltu tuohon. Noin 3.
No mites jos...
Niin ne 3 ja sitten toi on se 3 siihen samaan tarinaan ja sitten joku... Mä sanoisin, että tota ei oo kokeiltu.
Kokeiltiin se kyllä äsken, mutta kokeiltiin uudestaan. Mikä se 3?
Se. No voi olla, että toi ei vielä ratke, mutta itse asiassa mä luulen, että toi ja toi liittyy yhtään.
No. O'Leary's wife is having an affair with Colbert? Should I serve this to O'Leary on a silver platter? Or threaten Colbert so he'll get me out of this mess?
And, well, that's it, I think. You know, Blacksad, I never made it this far. Congratulations, you're going in style.
I didn't want to interrupt you because I respect you and your word, but I'm actually here to help. Your wife is having an affair with Colbert.
What? Me? No way! Well, here's the thing. I don't respect your word. And since you brought me no proof...
Check my coat pocket on the right.
Oh, Blacksad, Blacksad, Blacksad. Ah! Oops. Thank you very much. And sorry for jumping to conclusions. First, you get a random beating from my men. And here we are. When you shared what you'd found in Yale's apartment, well, it made me sort of want to trust you. But as you well know, you can't trust anyone in this world. Take it. It's only fair.
I want to bet it all on the fight.
Ah, so you're a gambler after all. We listen, if you call it listening, to the sentimental romance.
Your eyes act like the moon.
Ah, a cultured man. Anyway, go ahead. Place your bet.
Kumpas nyt?
Jäi.
I bet it all on Yale.
Oh, Blacksad.
Not so fast.
Aren't these odd hours to pay me a visit? Your message was important, but certainly not urgent. It could have waited until tomorrow, don't you think?
We cats and wolves hunt at night. I wish I was a noir fiction writer. At this very moment, I could write a couple of pointed, ironic remarks for the narrator to recount what I just lived through. The dark, crooked alleys of New York reminded me of the state of my own soul. No. Fall loomed over me with the... Fall struck me with the full force of my long-lost youth. Not that. Fall descended over me with the full weight of a guilty conscience. God, that's worse.
What were you thinking? He wants him alive!
Selkä. Sources.
I felt fall seep through my bones like the pain of a good beating. Mediocre, but appropriate.
Ollaan nyt vielä 2. Tulihan sieltä.
Against all odds, next morning I got up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And I had my kind, unknown assailants to thank. The beating had taken its toll, but for the first time in months, I had slept like a baby.
Oh, come on, Helen, focus! All right, take 5. We'll work on that double backhand later.
Feline Bureau of Investigation.
Well, Mr. Blackmore, what can I do for the FBI?
Ei se loppunut vielä. Mä en yhtään tiedä.
Actually, the real question is, what don't you want the FBI to do to you?
Quick to thread, are we? Not that I'm not flattered, mind you, but I'd appreciate if you were a bit less vague.
Vague.
Maybe if we could speak in private?
Alec!
Coming!
You've got 4 minutes, Mr. Blackmore, so... make them count.
They say you're currently involved with Al Stone, the boxer. Is that correct?
Wow, the FBI sure knows what it's doing. So, out of the 100 million Americans who know about that, who did you extort to get such highly confidential information?
Don't beat around the bush. We know why you're with him.
Oh, so you like his biceps too?
Desmond O'Leary asked you to seduce Stone. Why?
What? No, I met Al by chance at a party. A party hosted by Desmond O'Leary. No, that can't be. No one is that shrewd. Not even him. Damn, I hate that bastard.
O'Leary.
We know about you and Desmond O'Leary.
Wow, your sagacity never ceases to amaze me. Wait, I get it. They must wrap your FBI sandwiches in gossip magazines.
The thing is, well...
You see, I'd love to wipe out that part of my past, but whatever.
Do you have any regrets?
Ads pay more than trophies. Can you believe it? Being associated with such a shady character could only damage my reputation. Trust me, never get involved with a married man.
We're aware of at least 6 rigged games during your first year as a professional player.
And?
You won all of them.
Are you trying to offend me? I give my all on the court. I can't be held accountable if my rivals don't do the same. Go interrogate them. In any case, now I know why you mentioned O'Leary. What do you really have against him? And don't say illegal gambling.
Illegal gambling.
I see you don't want to tell me.
Come on!
I'm serious, Miss Moore. America can't afford to let anyone shake its foundations like that. And America's sweetheart can't afford it either. Help us out. Talk to us.
And why should I, Mr. Blackmore? What do I stand to gain or lose?
I'm sure you're aware that we could end your career if what we know goes public. But no one wants that to happen, right?
This is actually quite simple.
One lucky gal.
Wow.
You have a light, sir?
The pearly white teeth of someone who barely smokes. Am I making her nervous? Damn. I'm almost out of fluid.
Wanna know my trick? Go down to start, then up with it, and then down again. Will I get to smoke today?
Paina ensin alaspäin, sitten ylöspäin.
Will I get to smoke today?
Ai.
Almost. Thanks.
Ovat vaan keuhkos.
I don't know what you want me to say. You're trying to frame O'Leary, perhaps rightfully so, but I think you're barking up the wrong tree. Believe
I'm
me,
a cat.
if I had the slightest...
Come on, Helen. Time to work on your backhand. Let's go.
Paljon ehtinyt polttaa.
Do you
Se
smoke?
tulee heti kun saat tulleen tupakkaan.
Nice meeting you, Mr. Blackmore.
Ehkä sen
Did
takia
you bring my water?
ei ollut käynyt
Nyt sulla on
hampaa.
taas laastari.
Ei, mutta tuossa toisessa poskessa oli kans laastari aikaisemmin.
Niin oli. Nyt sillä oli taas silmäkulmassa laastari sillä aikaisemmin ollut. Tai
No,
jossain
mutta
vaiheessa.
se sai nyt köninsä, niin sillä on ehkä uudet laastarit muutenkin.
No. Nyt tulisi taas harmaita soluja.
Ja että tämä kiinni, kunhan tulee semmonen kohta, missä laittaa kiinni.
She tossed the cigarette in your face? You're such a loser! Too bad I was busy chasing Cassidy. If that had been me, America would no longer have a sweetheart. So, what do you say, you and me, we change places next time, huh?
Your turn. Now tell me, what did you find out?
You're gonna love this. You ready? I've got news, but I happen to also have a
Blacksad.
My husband has disappeared.
What? Who is... Oh, Mrs. Colbert.
Last night he got a phone call. He said he had to work, and he still hasn't come back. Nobody's seen him at work since yesterday evening. Plus,
Well,
I
this is
haven't
an
heard
easy
from you since
case.
our first conversation. Do you have anything?
I wouldn't worry too much. It hasn't even been 24 hours. Not even the police take these matters seriously until it's been at least 48 hours.
I don't know.
He'll be back, I promise.
Liar!
Mrs. Colbert?
That good for nothing. I'm gonna scratch his eyes out. I'll tear his stupid head off.
Olle täys tullut, jos olisi vastannut sen, että sillä on suhde toiseen.
Se.
Toi sama.
But what just happened? Is there anything you didn't tell me?
Maybe. But now it's your turn. Tell me about Cassidy.
Tätä ei niin vaan
Come
lopettaa.
on, spit it out.
I didn't find anything suggesting that Cassidy had anything to do with Dunn's murder,
Siinä
but
välissä olisi ollut joku.
No siinä oli jo.
Quite the
Mutta
tale.
se kellarivit.
I know Cassidy will be playing poker tonight with one Howard M. Farnham II, a Texas tycoon looking to get his claws on the boxing business. I also know that he and Cassidy have never met in person, and that Farnham, who's staying at the Balford Hotel, hasn't left his room. Apparently, he spent the night with 3 bottles of bourbon. So, here's my incredible plan. I'll go to the hotel, I'd knock him out, and then take his place in the poker game. That way, I'll get Cassidy talking. What do you think? Incredible, right?
Didn't we agree that you would handle Helen more while I dealt with Cassidy next time? No?
You're such a downer. Ei oo vieläkään. Koska meidän pitää esitteellä uusi paikka.
Ehkä.
Syntisen punaiset se ei. Siis
Pitää varmaan kohta lyödä.
lyödä.
Niin.
I doubt.
Texasista tulee.
Good afternoon, Mr. Farnham.
What's going on?
Allow me to introduce myself. John Blackmore. I work for Frank Cassidy. He asked me to bring you these bottles so you could choose which one you prefer for the game.
Oh, sure. I was fixing to leave, but I guess them monuments ain't going anywhere. Well, come on in then.
Getting in Farnham's room was easy. Earning his trust was another story. But I always had an ace up my sleeve.
Samaa viskiä kai.
Blackmore? You okay, partner?
The best way to earn someone's trust is to make them believe they've earned yours. And sometimes, the best way to fake it is to tell the truth. I don't know where to begin. I ratted out a 2-timer, and now he's dead.
You told the husband and he restored her honor, right?
Something like that.
Well then, what's the problem, son? You did the right thing and that pig got what he was in for. Listen here, you're gonna get your reward, son, from our Lord Jesus and this here bottle.
One of the tricks of this trade is to be wary of the biases we all have. They cloud our judgment and blur the person in front of us, painting them with the shades of our preconceived notions of who they should be. But every once in a while, you run into someone so locked in personality that they can only be regarded as a stereotype. Farnham was a disgrace, not only to himself, but to Texas and the entire human race. To think I had to impersonate him. I wish I was like you. You seem so content, so free of burdens.
Stop right there, partner. You think this old dog don't have ticks? Let me tell you something about my first wife. Woo-wee!
once I had gained Farnham's trust. The hard part was deciding what I needed to know to become him and not get myself killed.
Tässä on ihan hyviä eläinhahmoja valittu näihin rooleihin.
On.
Ne on kyllä luontevia ne.
What can I do for you, sir?
Howdy. My name's Howard M. Farnham II.
Okay. Should I know you? What can I do for you, sir?
Se niinku aika semmonen, että
I'm here to play me some poker.
semmonen
You got the wrong place, sir. Did you miss the barbershop sign above the door? You have a good evening, sir.
Wait,
Boxer.
The hard part was deciding what I needed to know to become him and not get myself killed.
What can I do for you, sir?
tekstit tulee. Paina
Tekstit tulee.
Farnham was one hell of a drinker. I had to get the information out of him before he drank himself unconscious. Otherwise, I'd have to find that information myself.
Painan tätä valikkonappulaa, se ilmeisesti nyt sitten.
Okei, mä luulen, että tätä on vähän vaikea tehdä, jos sulle ei ole niinku... Jos sulla ei ole kuvaa, niin tätä sä et pysty tekemään.
Joo, nyt on pikkasen hankala. Nyt tuli ainakin tänne. Jos olisi backia, niin ottaa sitten kuvaa. Sieltä. Nyt jatketaan tästä. Ensi kerralla.
Jees. Hippatiralla.